Hey, happy Monday. Thanks for joining us on this Monday afternoon. I'm meteorologist Taylor Cox, and today we're talking about Nadine. Well, not Nadine yet, right? Okay, we have the chance, a 50% chance for tropical cyclone formation as we head into the later portion of this week and into the next weekend. Confidence is increasing, however, for cyclone formation, so we'll keep an eye on that, and I'll show you exactly where. Rain and snow to the north. We did see some snow this morning up in New York. I think we're going to see a little bit mixed in once again, especially closer to the Great Lakes. And where is fall at? Okay, temperatures have been above average and have a pretty good chance to stay above average through the rest of October. So we'll take a look at that. Who's going to get that fall-like feeling and who is going to stay on the warmer side. Hey, but before we start, I want you guys to join us at our OU versus USC tailgate on Saturday. Okay, that game starts at 11:45, just before noon, and then the tailgate starts at 9 o'clock on Saturday. We want you to join us there. It's a lot of fun. We've got food, we've got football. It's easy to remember. Are you ready for this? Gate 112, tent 112, across from Gate 12 on Jenkins Avenue. There's a ton of white tents over there, and we are one of the first whenever you walk in there. This is a lot of fun. Come have food and watch football with us. We'll even be there during the game and after the game to watch football on a really big TV. So come join us. We would love to see you there. Alrighty, let's take a look at yesterday's storm reports. You can see that we saw a few showers and storms across just to the north of Chicago here on the other side of the lake. That produced some small hail, not a ton going on there, but we also saw showers and storms down in Tennessee, and that also produced some hail. Not too big there, but enough to map. We've got it mapped. It's on hailtrace.com right now if you're curious about seeing that map. Alrighty, moving on to our rainfall yesterday. Basically what we just talked about, anywhere from the Midwest all the way up to our New England states, and then across Tennessee, very similar to what we've been seeing over the last few weeks. It's dry out to the west. We have not gotten anything significant in terms of rainfall out here in quite some time, which I know is starting to elevate the fire danger in Oklahoma City. I think it's, don't quote me on this, but I think it's Tuesday and Thursday that we have an elevated fire risk here in Oklahoma. So make sure that you are keeping an eye on that through the plains and then out to the west, because we most likely we'll see those fire risks continue as we don't get rain in this area and as our temperatures stay above average. So let's go ahead and see what are we watching for our current conditions across the U.S. right now. We've got those showers, as you can see, up to the New England states. And actually, I'm going to go back here. Okay, look at this big cold front that actually passed through Oklahoma over the last 24 hours, and this has helped to cool us down. Yesterday it was pretty warm outside. Today I walked outside, I said, I need a jacket. I went back inside before I could take my dog out this morning. But let's talk about some of those showers and storms up in our New England states. Also feeling the cooler air up here, mixing in some snow. There's your snow highlighted there in white. And then of course some rain off of the Great Lakes. So we'll continue to see that going on. Thankfully, we're quiet across Florida. They need this. They need the nice weather. They need the lack of rain for a bit to start to clean up from Milton and Helene. I know they are still doing cleanup activities over the next few weeks. That will probably take quite some time to get everything cleaned up there. They've got a long road ahead of them. Taking you farther out to the west now, we're still pretty dry except for up near Seattle and Portland, where we are getting a little bit of rain. A few showers and storms across the Four Corners as well. That's going to continue over the next day with some showers and storms expected out here later on this afternoon as well. But let's go ahead and take a look at your current temperatures. As I mentioned, cooler in Oklahoma City. This is whenever all the Oklahomans start to grab their jackets. I'm sure Kansas City is the same way because we are not used to this cold quite yet. 64 here in Oklahoma City, 77 out in Dallas, 88 in Houston. We are looking at well above average temperatures the farther you get down into southern Texas, into Southern California, and into Arizona. The rest of the U.S. feeling that fall-like cool. Look at that, 46 up in Portland, Maine, 66 in New York City, 56 up in Charleston. Pretty cold for those Charlestons up there. Okay, let's take a look at this is your departure from normal. So what this means is if we took your normal temperature, are you close to normal? Are you warmer than normal? Or are you cooler than normal? And you can see, right, where people are a lot colder than normal up through our New England states, through the Midwest, and then up through the Mississippi Valley, but a lot warmer than normal farther out to the west. Current temperatures here in Oklahoma City, you probably need a jacket for your lunchtime. We are in the 60s here. 70s farther down into Dallas, 77 in Dallas right now. Nice, very, very nice, comfortable air. Sunny and 75. It's like they should write a song about it or something. That's how nice it is. All right, moving on here. Let's talk about the chances for storms today. We do have some instability across the Gulf states and then down into Florida. However, the likelihood to get storms in this area is pretty low. We're watching for non-severe storms today. Still, we're going to get rain across the U.S., but the likelihood for these to have hail associated with that rain, with those showers and storms, very, very low. So once again, we have to use that map that says no significant hail expected for the U.S. today. But I'll show you where those showers and storms are expected to be. Non-severe, we've got some showers and storms across just to the north of Green Bay right now, coming into the east of Chicago right here. Michigan has some very light rain, maybe some light snow in some of those upper elevations. We've also got some showers and storms, as I mentioned, across the four corners. So if we were to see any hail today, I think it'd be on the Colorado side of this, and it's going to be small. Okay, so we've talked about this before, smaller than the size of a quarter, like the size of a Dippin' Dot, maybe the size of a blueberry. Really small, smaller than the size of a quarter. Low to no severe risks for today, but rain nonetheless, and I know that we need it in this area. Alrighty, moving on here to your future radar. I think we're going up to our New England states. There you go. Lots of rain across the New England states here. Okay, we've got showers and storms expected to mix in a little bit of snow with this as well, especially as we get closer to the lakes, and we're expecting to see a little bit of lake effect action going on here as well. So this will continue not only through today, but a good portion of the early work week. So also tomorrow, you can see through the overnight hours tomorrow, we're still getting those showers and storms across the Midwest and then up through New York. And then we're expecting this to continue through most of the day on Tuesday as well. Right now, here you go. We've got showers and storms right now across this area. Alrighty, so a lot of you have probably hopped on to talk about Nadine today, and that is what we'll show you now. So this is what we're watching for. Invest 94, this is what could form into Nadine over the next 7 days. Now, over the next 2 days, a 10% chance, got to put a 1 right in front of that there, 10% chance for cyclone formation. Very low chance to see anything significant happen over the next 2 days. However, that all changes in the next 7 days. So we're talking end of this week into this weekend. We have a 50% chance to see cyclone formation. And this has actually increased over the last 24 hours. 40% chance yesterday, 50% chance late last night. So confidence is increasing as this slowly moves to the west, closer to the U.S., right? Well, if we were going to see anything form, it would be in this area highlighted in orange right there. Here's the thing. We've got a high pressure system in the U.S. Is that going to push Nadine, what could potentially be called Nadine, off and make it curve back to the east? Or is it going to continue as we head closer to land, closer to population? These are big questions. We'll have to wait and see. No one knows yet. But over the next 5 to 7 days, that's whenever we're going to have to really, really keep an eye on this system. So we'll be watching it for you, of course. We'll be keeping an eye on it for you. I know the East Coast has been hammered by those storms over the last 2 to 3 weeks, so we'll be keeping a very close eye on it for you to see what we're expecting from this invest right now. But again, still just a disturbance. Nothing is named right now. Just a disturbance out in the Atlantic. All right, let's look at your rain outlook. Here's the good news. We're starting to see a pattern shift now as we head into the end of October, the 19th through the 23rd. It looks like we are going to get some rain back through the plains and off to the northwest, actually above average rainfall totals expected anywhere from Oklahoma all the way down to Texas and then off to the northwest in places like Washington and Oregon. And then taking a look at your future temperatures, we're starting to cool down just a little bit. But even though we're getting cooler, doesn't mean we can't stay above average. So 65 here on Wednesday in Oklahoma City. I think actually Wednesday morning, we're expecting to get down to the 30s here in Oklahoma City. I think it's like 38 is our low on Wednesday morning. But we slowly start to warm back up. We're into the 70s by Thursday, and then the 60s by early 50s by early Friday morning. Look at how many people are going to get down into the 30s farther up to the north and west, and then farther out to the east, people are in the 30s and 40s by early Friday morning. These are times that you're going to have to pull your jacket out of storage and say, where did I put that? I need to bring that back. As I mentioned earlier, even though we're cooling down, that doesn't mean that we're not above average still. So let me give you an example. 70s is your average here in Oklahoma City for your high this time of the year. We still have a pretty good chance of being above 77 at the end of October. Now that doesn't mean every day is going to be above 77. That doesn't mean that we're going to hit the 90s. No way. What we're watching for here is just kind of trending just a little bit above average through the end of October. Very similar out in Denver and into Chicago. So enjoy that nice fall-like weather while we have it. Enjoy the rain while you have it as well, because we're watching for a pretty dry next week. Things start to change by the end of October, however. Thanks for joining us. We, of course, are going to give you more updates on our social media platforms as we go through the next 24 hours, but join us back here tomorrow for your noon forecast. In the meantime, follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok, and give us a call if you're interested in a hail, wind, or tornado map at 855-334-4245. Email us at info@hailtrace.com or head over to our website, hailtrace.com, for more information. All right, thanks for joining us today. We'll see you back here, same time, same place tomorrow.